Melody.
Okay. So, sorry guys, we have to readjust some things.
Our apologies for
Our
that.
apologies.
It's a technical glitch, but we're back.
We should be good and working again. Yep. Yep, it happens. But when it happens, you have no choice but to come back. Tuko sawa, up and running. Okay. I think we are fine. We should be okay. Kukinyesha kuna matatizo.
Sometimes I think nakuwa na network issues.
Network issues. Okay, we good to go? I think so. We should be fine.
We are back.
So,
welcome back our viewers. Technical hitch, it's understandably so.
ni normal, ndio? Kuna kuanguka na kuamka.
Na tumeamka.
Kuanguka na usiamke ndo mbaya.
Hilo ndilo tatizo.
So we are talking about this guy, Lot.
Yes, we're talking about Lot, and we were just weighing in on how Abraham was his destiny helper. And literally, even when he was being given his inheritance, told to go to the new land, all of it was dependent on Abraham. And I think it's also very important to look at even the story of this king, David and Jonathan. Jonathan was the son of Saul. Saul never liked David, but that did not stop Jonathan from being a destiny helper to David. He was a great buddy, and he really played his role very well in even telling David when to run. My father wants to come kill you, and you know. So Jonathan comes in strategically and becomes a friend of David to be part of his assistance. Genuinely. Yes. That's why I say the first key thing is we will always note these people through their genuineness in character, their genuineness even in purpose. They will always be there for you.
True.
And we need people like that to keep us on course towards our destiny.
Sure.
Yes.
So, tunaweza sema Obama alikuwa destiny helper wa Biden.
I want to believe their journeys had to meet, and the 8 years Biden served as VP under the Obama administration was another preparation phase. Of course, he was already a seasoned politician. So meeting Barack, I want to believe now, when he floated himself to be elected in the Democrat ticket, Barack played a big role. And you go to YouTube, there are a lot of events that Barack was also campaigning for the Biden-Harris ticket. So he was a destiny helper.
Nakupata.
Yes.
Nakupata tena sana.
So the first characteristic is genuineness. These people are going to be genuine, and they are also going to be very interested. They'll be very interested in everything that you are doing. So they will take that element of, wanting to support all your initiatives.
Okay.
All your initiatives, they'll be there to support. So these are people that will really hold you down at all seasons of life.
All seasons.
All seasons of life.
Regardless of the weather.
Regardless of the times. Because remember, the good book tells us there'll be a reaping time, there'll be sowing time, there'll be crying time, there'll be good season, there'll be bad season. Everything will happen in its time. Recovery season and all that. But these people are going to never relent in the interest they have for you. There'll be what we call ride or die. They are ride or die with you. And I still want to emphasize, they are not necessarily family. In fact, in most cases, you'll find they are not even family members. You are not blood attached. They are people who God just brings strategically in your life. They're interested in what you're doing. They're interested.
Or like in a case of Naomi and Ruth.
Yes.
They were not related.
They were not related.
Ni jamaa mrembo tu alikuwa amepata mume akafariki.
Mume akafariki.
Mother in law akamwambia tembea na majira lakini kasichana kakasense.
Insist. I'm not going to leave you, mama. Where you go, I will go. Your people shall be my people. And Naomi then is sheltered by Ruth. Not knowing that this path will actually make Ruth a destiny person, a destiny helper. And I really love how that story unfolds. Eventually, Naomi is working in a wheat field, in a wheat farm. Stays late, collecting the wheat. And one evening, he bounces into the owner of the wheat field. One man called Boaz, a bazoo, mzito.
Bazoo, ukistaja bazoo ni kitu ingine.
Anyway, so Naomi stumbles into Boaz. And one thing leads to the other. He loves the way she's industrious. She's putting in the works. They eventually get married. And we all know Boaz and Naomi managed to get a son called Obed. Eventually, Obed becomes the father to Jesse. Jesse becomes the father to David.
And so on, Jesus, paka salvation.
Paka salvation kapatikana. So ilikuwa wapatane. So we are looking at some situations that were bad, like for Ruth and even for Naomi, they lost their husbands. Kumbe in that,
all seemed lost.
All seemed lost. Still, even in the situation, there was a destiny helper who was going to come. Hence, in this whole journey of even getting connected to your destiny helpers, some bad things will happen. Sometimes, and I think this is the challenge and we are human, we have to take that up. When challenges are hitting us, we normally feel like now things are gone. I will not recover, or I'm on the wrong path. But the truth is, looking at very many examples, biblical and even the current life examples we're having, some destiny helpers appear in form of people who are even going to hurt you. People who are going to create a very painful experience in life. So I want our viewers to note that there'll be those who will be very interested in your cause, interested in you.
Sawa.
There'll be those who will be super supportive. They're genuine and super supportive about
They'll give to their last coin to make sure you are up and running.
Support. Then there are those who are destiny helpers. But how will they move you towards your destiny? They will hurt you.
They will break
will break you badly.
So that you leave your comfort zone.
They will do you bad. They'll mess you up. But still, they are destiny.
Ni kama my brothers were Joseph.
Absolutely.
Walikuwa destiny helpers.
They were destiny helpers. If they had never attempted to kill him, then they throw him in the pit, then they sell him. You see that journey? So they were his destiny helpers by being unkind to him. And they sold him to the Ishmaelites. He goes to Potiphar's household. Again, Potiphar's wife was
anakuwa
a destiny helper to David.
To Joseph.
To Joseph,
umeanza
sorry.
kwa kipole.
He finds himself accused of rape, which we all know from the good book.
Yes,
he never did it.
He never did.
He gets himself in prison. All the while, if Potiphar's wife never accused him, he would not have found himself in prison, where he met the baker and the steward.
So the other destiny helpers were to be found in prison.
In prison, the baker and the steward.
Hii ni kama ile game umeona kwa vipindi.
Yes.
You go to a certain place where there is either a folder with instructions to the next destination.
Yes.
Hivyo.
Yes.
Uende mahali moja upate destiny helper akusukume
to the next phase.
Ufike airport ukute pilot ndio destiny helper akupeleke kwingine.
You brought to mind actually the Amazing Race.
Yes.
Yeah, it's more or less like the Amazing Race with a lot of challenges, and from one challenge to the other, you move to the next stage. But let us remember that there are those who will be with us throughout the entire journey. But then there are those who will be breaking off at particular stages in life. And once we understand that, it becomes very liberating to all of us, to you as Bonafred, to myself as VTT, to our producer Lynn, and to all our viewers. It becomes very liberating.
So the other thing we need to note is that destiny helpers, there are those guys who will be there to fight with you.
Yes.
To fight for you.
Exactly.
And to
be genuine with you.
To be genuine.
Then there are those who will be there to hurt you, to create unpleasant experiences.
Wangekuwa there to hate, tungesema haters. Now wako hurt ni?
Other haters could still be part of your destiny.
Nisaidie kizungu.
Hawa kukuhurt.
Ni?
You want one word? Haters.
Si tuna helpers.
Kuna helpers na kuna haters. Now, the key point here is there are some situations and some people who come to our lives. By the time they're coming, they look pretty good, they look pretty supportive. Then life happens and they hurt us badly, they do us badly, and we get broken. And out of it, we make some decisions. Then these decisions push us to the next level. So when everything now comes to pass, you look back and you realize, okay, that painful experience I got because I knew so and so was still part of my journey. And it's at this point where we'll have to say this. And I think we've experienced pain in our lives. It doesn't mean we'll not again, because we don't know what tomorrow brings. But one of the things we have to appreciate is even painful experiences, even people who cause us painful experiences, can still be part of our destiny helpers. I'm not saying everybody who makes you get painful experience is your destiny helper. No, don't misquote me. There are those who will hurt you but still be part of your destiny helpers. And I think the candid example is Joseph's brothers. And these were blood relatives, but still did him bad. And in doing him bad, created the next level for him.
Okay. The second thing we should learn is?
I think we have already combined two things. There are those who come in as very genuine. In fact, we have looked at three things. Those who are very genuine, those who are very interested in your cause, those who will come in to hurt you.
The hurters.
The hurters. Then we are those who are your burden bearers.
Burden bearers.
Burden bearers. Yani,
hawa ni watu aina gani?
Watatokea, sometimes they are not even, like, they will come in your life at a point where you have so much burden, and they will help you to take away the burden.
Wabebe hiyo mzigo.
Watabebe mzigo. This is where, continue.
Ni kama kale kajamaa kaliwa kanapita tu na Yesu msalaba imemwangusha.
Alikuwa anaitwaje? Simon wa Cyrene. Simon of Cyrene, yes.
Kakawekelewa mazee mzigo si yake.
Nalo na akabeba. He was a burden bearer for Christ and helped carry the cross to Golgotha, the place of the skulls. Okay. Alifikisha tu,
ni kama Miguna kusaidia baba kwa people's
kuapishwa. Angalia leo. Perfect example. Miguna was part of the destiny helpers of Baba. If it was not for Miguna swearing in Baba, this handshake perhaps would never have happened. And the BBI and everything. Fine. Now it seems like he has been disenfranchised. He's in Canada and people don't want him here. But look at the country. There was a handshake. Everybody is happy. As much as Miguna is not happy. So he is bitter about what happened, but helped the country. And I'm very sure even for Miguna, later on, maybe that was supposed to happen for him to maybe do other things. He might share this, okay, it's not for us to say, but still even for him to be in Canada as somebody who is not wanted here could still be part of the big plan for him to attain his destiny.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You get it?
So, lakini Miguna hayuko peke yake. Kuna kajama pia kwa Bible, kakisha atengezea Jesus njia mazee. Kakaingia prison.
Jama mgani huyo?
John.
Oh, John the Baptist.
What I'm learning here is there are people who are made to be your destiny helpers at a certain point.
Yes.
And after their duty, they must exit.
They must exit. There are those who must exit. In fact, naturally they will exit.
Naturally they will.
Naturally they will. And then there are those who, as I've said, you'll stay with them for the long haul until maybe death separates you. I think in our last conversation, we mentioned this, especially when it comes to our spouses, that sometimes our spouses could be our destiny helpers. Other times they are not.
For sure.
So again, let's be very clear. And one of the things that I think is debatable here is the fact that you might never know who at that particular point is your destiny helper until time lapses, life happens. Then when you look back now, when you are reviewing the progress you've made in life, that you'll be able to remember at such and such a point, kuna huyu mtu alikuja akanisaidia nikasonga hapa. Kuna huyu alinifanyia akanisukumisha hapa. Kuna huyu alinikutanisha na huyu. Na hiki kikatokea.
Sure.
So in all our lives, and you can take this to the bank, I believe you can sit down and where you are today, you can be able to indicate some of your destiny helpers. They are very much there in your life for all of us.
Mahali ulipo, kuna mtu alikuleta hapa.
Amekusaidia ufike ulipo.
Uko mjini courtesy of your uncle ambaye alikutoa Khwisero.
Ambaye alisema kuja Mombasa kwa mara ya kwanza ukae na mimi.
Ukija Mombasa ukaenda kutembea beach.
Ukatembea beach, ukapatana na rafiki wengine.
Ukaokota misumari ya mzungu, akamwambia sorry sir, umeangusha msumari.
Yes.
Akamwambia thank you, I was looking for a honest person.
And here you are.
Misumari inakuwa part of destiny helping.
Hiyo experience ya kuja Mombasa kwenda kukutana na hii misumari.
Okay.
Yes. Now depending with now you're a honest person, maybe this particular person goes and gives you a job and you move to your own house now, you can pay your bills, and maybe the person goes back to their country or after that you go to college, you know it becomes a
series of events.
Series of events happening, but huyu mtu hata baadaye anakuja anatoka kabisa hata muongei tena, lakini alikuwa destiny helper ambaye ilikuwa lazima utakutana naye.
I'll tell you something.
Go ahead please.
I only saw this musical instrument, hii keyboard, played on TV, KBC wakati huo, Joy Bringers Family. On a Sunday like now, that program could be running.
Yes.
It used to, I think, to run from at least 4 to something 6 or 7.
Yes.
Now, when I first saw the keyboard, there's a guy I met who trained me for at least 5 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Let me tell you, there's a series of events that happened before he came to teach me. I met him in a place where I used to work in a lunchtime service on a Tuesday. So I talked to him. He said, oh, I can't come because I work from Monday to Friday.
He had a busy schedule.
Yes, he had a busy schedule, no off at all. So I told him, okay, no problem, but if you find time, come.
Yes.
Do you know that was like a firing shot? Alifutwa tu siku hiyo jioni.
What? Just like that?
Just like that. So akaniambia he has to organize some of his few things, aende afanye ABCD kama vile watu wa Nairobi wanasema ABCD 1 2 3 sijui hapa na hivyo hivyo.
Yes.
So akaniambia can we begin on Monday? I said yes. So tukaanza Monday.
Sure.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday akaniambia he must go to church. He was from the Adventist family.
Okay.
So he had to go to church on Saturday.
Yes.
That's the last time I saw him.
The last time. From there, that was it.
That was it.
But his part had been done in your life.
You know, this
looking back now,
this talk has just brought me some memories that are live actually.
Sure.
Some people will come for a very short time, but that is their purpose.
That's their purpose. Kukusogeza tu.
Kuna rafiki ambaye when he hears I'm down, he will come for my support. He's always there.
True.
Hawa ni wale umesema, they will always be there
for the long haul.
For the long haul.
Anytime there's anything to do with your progression and they are made aware, and it doesn't mean you are always together, like they're calling you. No. Just like you've given that example. Watasikia kuna jambo, Saisi anahitaji, utasikia kuna jambo, VTT anahitaji,
they will come.
They show up.
So hawa marafiki, most of them, those genuine ones,
yes,
will actually do everything that
can be done within their mandate, within their power.
Like I was watching something like in you know the Ridiculous.
Yes.
How it began.
Exactly.
They began as simple as it was an art week at the KU.
The university students actually.
Yes. So when they came up with this comic thing like
Ridiculous.
Yes. Before it was called, before even the name.
The name,
they had to do some comics.
Yes.
And some of these comics were life-threatening, actually, like doing a comic on the president.
At that time.
Remember, he's the chancellor of the institution, yes.
All universities in this
So
country.
what happens to the vice chancellor?
But they took the risk.
One of these guys, two guys who were students, they had nothing to lose. Hata wakifukuzwa wataenda university ingine. But kuna mmoja wao alikuwa ni administrative support staff.
In the same university.
Yes. Na yeye ndiye aliwasupport sana. At one point nilipata interview yake anasema alikuwa anapoteza job.
It was that bad.
Yes. Wachana na hiyo. The vice chancellor himself alifika mahali akawa anapokea simu kubwa
from State House.
Ni nini hiyo mnaweka?
Wanacheza na nyayo.
But mtu aliwasaidia. Tunaongea kuhusu Destiny Helpers.
Yes.
One comment of mzee the late.
Yes.
Iliwakweka huru kabisa. So when umbea ilienda mpaka ikafikia mzee na mzee, kwani wewe unasemaje? Akasema I remember Walter giving his interview anasema Nyayo said wacha vijana wajitafutie unga. And nobody could oppose that.
Of course, in the Nyayo era, na Nyayo has spoken, wacha vijana wajitafutie unga. He has finished.
Can we say Nyayo played a role in this?
A big one. After that point, all their careers shot up. If without the Ridiculous, we will never have had a Churchill. And you can imagine if Ridiculous did not groom and mentor Churchill, how many livelihoods will have died just like that?
Junai Churchill amekuwa Destiny Helper kwa
to many brands. You cannot claim to be a comedian with a following in this country if you did not pass in the hands of Churchill, aka Bwana Ndambuki.
Okay.
Yes.
Churchill Helper. Churchill is a
Destiny helper to many lives, to many brands. So, you've brought very real examples. Looking at ourselves and many other Kenyans, we might not have the platform, but the truth is there are people who have helped us to be where we are today. Comments are coming in from Catherine. Catherine saying she's
Ngoja
following.
anza na hii.
Ya Lynette.
Eh.
Lynette. Kwenda huko Fred, Miguna anaingilia wapi hapo? He was a destiny helper in the liberation, man. Lynette, ilikuwa tu lazima tumtaje. Anthony is saying, okay, Lynette, maybe you can tell us your opinion, but that's what we think.
Kama angeapisha baba, by the way, hakuna handshake ingekuwa. Baba angepotelea huko.
But now, he was very instrumental. Anthony Kidiga is saying, wow, the teachings are very powerful. Following live from Kakamega. We thank you, Anthony. We appreciate.
Videdi
is saying, okay, my big brother, I'm following keenly, interested in a few. Okay, there are questions. I think one, who portrays a true picture of a person with value to make you realize your goals in life? Number two, you've given the options. Is it your advisors, your lenders, your education sponsor, your mate? And basing on which steps of character can you observe the above categories to actually fall on the best track? Please explain. Thank you, Videdi. Always a pleasure. We'll be explaining this now. Videdi is asking what will portray these people, and I think we've already mentioned the interest they will have. There are those who will come and they will have genuine interest. So you'll be able to know their vibe through their interest. You'll also be able to know through their genuineness, you know, how genuine they are. And as we've mentioned, some of them will be burden bearers. Have you had people coming and helping you bear the burdens you're having, bear the challenges, and even offer direction? Because destiny helpers are also proactive.
Yes.
They are quite proactive. You'll be able to share with them what you are undergoing, the situations you are in, and sometimes you might not even need to share. They will see and they will support. If I can give an example, in 2012, I published my first book, Premier Composition Model, a guide for learners in class 6, 7, and 8. I was super excited. It is something I'd wanted to do for almost 4 years, and finally the realization was home. The book was pressed. I remember we launched the book sometime in February 2013. And during the launch, of course, we sold quite a number of copies. Now, there are learners where I was teaching at that time who needed the books, but they were actually orphans. They were being taken care of in a children's home. They were being sponsored, basically. So there were quite a number. I think there were around 6 or something. So they requested me to give them the books. And of course, as their teacher, I gave them the books. A week down the line, one of the parents who was present during the launch invited me to his office in town at the Pali House. You know the Pali House?
Pali House, I know.
Yes. Then we go there. I was also teaching his son at the time. And he invites me to his office and we talk, we just chit-chat, catching up on how the boys are doing and everything.
Yes.
Then by the time I want to leave the office, he tells me he's very proud of what I've done by publishing that particular book.
Correct.
And he wanted to support me. Of course, he had already bought a copy for his son. But then he tells me, I want to support you more. So I ask him, how many books do you want to buy? He goes ahead and tells me, I'm not taking any book, but I'm cutting you a check. So I'm shocked already. He goes to his checkbook, writes for me the amount, and he cut me quite a good check. And when I looked at it, I couldn't believe it. It was one of the highlights in my journey as an author. He gives me this check, I go bank it, up to date. I will never forget this parent. He boosted my new face as an author.
Okay.
Just like that. I taught his sons, they went to high school, they went to the university, and It's many years now.
So
I think almost 7 years down the line. We are not very close.
Wait.
But he helped fuel my journey as an
Wait,
author.
are you not the one who was destiny partner for his children? Ama yeye ndiye alikuwa destiny partner wako? Talk to me hapa. Nani ndio nani?
I will say it was mutual. His children, I knew him through his children.
So children ndio alikuwa destiny partner?
I was the teacher at that time, teaching his children. Through the children, I knew him. Of course, I was already in this journey of becoming an author. Now, he fueled my authorship by supporting it to the next level.
Okay.
Are you getting?
Nakupata.
So, for me, he was my destiny helper in regard to my journey as an author.
Okay.
The story of me being a destiny helper to his children, of course, automatically as a teacher, we touch these lives.
Yeah.
But then I've just narrowed into this bit of him supporting my journey towards becoming an author.
Okay.
And as Videdi was asking right there, you will know these people over time.
Over time.
Yes. We can't sit here and tell you'll know them immediately.
Na wale wanakuja tu siku moja kwa life na wamepita na ndio wamekuweka mahali unatakiwa kuwa.
Kuna mtu anaweza kuja hata siku mbili ama hata tu phone call. Hamjawahi kukutana lakini akapewa namba yako akakupigia akakwambia there's this thing I want you to do VTT. There's this thing I want you to do Bwana Fred. There's this thing I want you to do Videdi. And I got your number from so and so. And you go and do that thing and it starts a new phase in your life. Let me talk as a business person. Your contact is given. Like now I'm in training. Somebody shares my contact to a client who wants my training services. And the client comes and gives me my first job out of the referral that I got, out of the referral that he or she was given. And out of this job, I end up really getting a series of trainings that literally blow my business up. That person is a destiny helper.
Okay.
As much as you might never know them. So what we are saying is, some destiny helpers, you will never even meet them. And in this day and age of technology, it could just be a phone call. It could just be an email.
It could be a like on the Twitter.
It could be a like. It could be a share on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter.
Sure.
And everything takes off. That's on the brighter side. Remember, and I don't want this to be forgotten, even those who deal you pain, over time, if the pain turns into purpose, you will look back and say, if this so-and-so did not hurt me, I will never have taken these steps. And I will never have amounted to the person that I am today.
Kuna kama maji ilikuja ikabeba vitu ya mama moja kule Nyanza. Serikali kataa kusaidia, mtu akasaidia. I remember one comment. Okay, sijui kama ilikuwa ni ukweli ama ni hizi comic videos zinaeditiwa. Wewe utasaidiwa na nani?
I think ilikuwa comic. And even DJs created playlists out of what that lady used to say.
Saidia serikali na serikali nasema wewe wacha.
But eventually you see that challenge and even the apathy from government. Eventually corporates like Safaricom stepped in. And of course they helped build the life of that lady.
Kabisa. From
a challenging perspective. A story is told, and this is true. There are these sailors who are on a ship in the East Coast.
Yes, sir.
And unfortunately, there was a stormy weather, and finally, they experienced a shipwreck. Their ship capsized, and the only few people, actually there was only one of the victims who managed to swim offshore to an island, an isolated island in the East Coast. Of course, most of his colleagues died. For days, he cried for the loss of his colleagues.
Right.
But then he had to survive. So he started feeding from the wild berries, using the reeds. He built a small shelter, and using those medieval ways, he could actually even put a fire and stuff. And every day, he will try to collect some leaves, light it up so that some smoke can go up in the hope that maybe a flying plane
Yes.
or maybe even a ship offshore could be able to see the smoke and come and rescue him.
Yes.
He did that for almost 20 days straight.
Correct.
No help was coming. Now, one time after he had just created this fire, kaa imetoa moshi imezima, he had moved to the bush to maybe collect, I think to collect berries or to get some food for that evening.
Yes.
Then the fire he had lit to try and put some smoke, kumbe ilikuwa haijazima kabisa. And the sparks, it was quite windy, went to this shelter he had made and it started burning. So the guy starts to see smoke and he comes back and he finds his small hut on fire. Now he cries even more and he tells God, God, where are you? You allowed our ship to experience a shipwreck. Some of my colleagues died. Now I'm in this island, 20 days, no help is coming. Which type of God are you? And that time the fire, the heart is blazing. It didn't pass 30 minutes. A ship docked in the island where he was. And he was like, now when he started seeing the ship, once the sailors who were on board came, they asked him, how long have you been here? Of course, he said, and he starts crying, and they are telling him he's safe. So he asked them, how did you know I'm here? I've been trying to give signals to no avail. But the smoke. We saw the smoke and the fire. Then he realizes God had a plan. Now that he was crying, his shelter has gone. God wanted that shelter, that situation that seemed so bad, to burn so that these rescuers could see it, because hii moshi ingine ilikuwanga ni kidogo kwa sababu ni majani kidogo. So these reeds that he had used to build his hut created a bigger fire. So in him thinking now he has lost even the one shelter he had, rescue came, and that night he was rescued. They were his destiny.
Hapo ndio umesema.
Yes.
Kuna watu watakuja kukuumiza mahali huko.
Yes.
Ndio ufike kwa destiny.
Exactly.
So we also need these haters.
And they are always there, especially now today. And Bwana Saisi, you'll agree with me. And even as Bwana Videdi was asking, how will you know? You will only know after an episode has passed, after a phase has passed.
Okay.
Sometimes you might not know it at the moment. How many examples have we had of people who seemed very nice to others, and then they con them, they loot from them, they do really shoddy things for them.
Like guardians mistreating young people, running to the street, unakuta mtu from the street to some
rises to become a person. So some of these experiences are very painful, unfortunately, and some also end badly. We have to be real. Some situations they end badly, prematurely, but many, after time, you look back and realize even this painful experience I got through knowing so and so. I remember even personally, there's a job I was looking for at some point, and there's this respectable principal who was meant to give me that job. Gentleman's agreement. I did a contract for them for 6 months. No pay for 6 months. In the promise that I'll give you this position. After the 6 months, he blatantly dealt with me like he never knew me from Adam. And he tells me that position is no longer there. I was depressed for almost 2 months. But I rose out of that, and I came to realize that the pain he caused me was part of him being my destiny helper, because from there I moved in to now relentlessly pursue my consultancy training line, and we are here today.
Okay.
If he had never hurt me the way he did, maybe I will not be here now. In fact, not maybe, I will not be here now. I'm very certain.
Ni kama ile story ya yule jamaa mwenye kutengeza WhatsApp. Kama angepewa job Facebook,
Yes.
hangevumbua WhatsApp.
Hangevumbua WhatsApp na hangekuja kununuliwa mabilioni ya pesa. Anaitwa nani? Larry Sage or somebody? I'm not very sure of the name. Let me not confuse. So, kama hangekataliwa. And I think that's where the power lies. In being able to hold on and not wavering in the vision you have for yourself and for your life, even amid the difficult of challenges. When people do us bad, when people hurt us, knowing too well that even in the hurting, there is still a destiny trajectory coming through.
Okay.
But the beauty is, many other times, good people come on board. And let's remember that some of these destiny helpers will not be there for any interest of them.
Yes.
Their interest is you.
You are the person of interest.
You are the person of interest.
Point blank.
And they just feel that they want to support you, and that's it.
Ijapo time imeenda sana.
Yes.
Tumalize kabisa.
Tumalize.
Nini tumebakisha hapo? Vitu vingi, sio?
Vitu ni vingi. Of course, in Destiny Helping, we can't, Destiny Helpers, we can't exhaust everything. We just want to appreciate some of the questions that came from...
Okay, most of the comments.
Yes.
Leo technical issues ziko mobile, I can't access. There are many comments there. Let me see how I'll come through them.
No pressure. As you are checking on the technical side, one of the things I want to weigh in, even as we are coming to an end of this conversation, is the fact that Destiny Helpers could be anybody. Could be anybody. Even the least person that you expect.
Yes.
Could be your Destiny Helper. Hence, you have to be receptive.
You have to be
Don't
receptive.
be judgmental to people.
Okay.
You get me?
Yep.
Don't be judgmental to people. Don't be a snob. You get me?
Yes.
Don't be aloof. You know, ile mtu anakuwa na ki-attitude kama dharau. Don't. Because you don't know the person you are seated to next on that train, next in that matatu,
Yes.
in that restaurant.
Yes.
You might even have met in a urinal and just over a chit-chat. That person could be the Destiny Helper that you've been waiting for.
Let me just catch up with some comments.
Yes.
From Emmanuel says entrepreneur DT. Hiyo sijui DT ni nini, naweza interpret kitu ingine.
What is Emmanuel saying? Entrepreneur DT. Hey, bwana engineer, tueleze. DT unamaanisha nini?
And then Jose Olupapa says good work Fred. Asante brother, asante. Walter Obindi, Pastor Walter is following from somewhere. Abungana Junior says good work Papa Saisi, asante bro. Videdi hapo awali had said hello men of integrity while I was away. I'm back on the bench. Karibu. Catherine baby, she must be following from somewhere Malindi. She's a very hard-working young woman, by the way. Nafikiri ni hizo kwa sasa, wacha nikipata zingine nitashare.
Good.
Meanwhile, tulikuwa kuna points karibu ngapi? 7?
Tumekuwa na points 6 za kimsingi ambazo tumezijadili, but as we have said, this conversation is not exhaustive. Our role is to follow the mantra, listen, learn, and live through sharing these conversations.
Right.
We will also be keen to just also find out other shares that you might have on how we'll be able to leverage on Destiny Helpers. So you can keep commenting on the comment section on some of the other things to look out for in regard to Destiny Helpers. Yes.
Yep. It's been a wonderful evening by the way, japo challenge ya hapa na pale, mvua ikinyesha huku kwetu mambo inakuwa si mambo, but nayo Mungu amekuwa mwema.
Good.
Hapo awali Emmanuel alikuwa amesema happy birthday to our producer
Lynette, cheers.
So producer ulikuwa umeweshiwa happy birthday hapo, na habari ndio hiyo. So meanwhile tuseme Mungu ni mwema.
Mungu ni mwema, na tulivyosema, just like you said, let us be humble. I think destiny helpers will easily come into our lives
when we are
when
patient.
We are humble and patient.
Nafikiri patience pays.
Automatically, any day, any time.
Ukiona mtu amekuumiza, jua tu ndio anakutengeza.
Anakutengeza.
Uichukulie positively.
Positive. You know, especially kwa...
Lakini akianza kukutoa meno, huyo si destiny partner.
Ndio tumesema lazima ukue pia makini, because sometimes it's good to run when you realize this person might be here to cut that destiny.
Yes,
you know,
destiny killers.
You can't attain your destiny if somebody kills you.
Yes.
So again, it's imperative that we be keen, so that we also be able to know when to leave.
Who is a destiny killer? By the way, unaweza fikiria anakusaidia, kumbe ndio anaua.
Kuna wenye wanaweza kuja kuja kukumaliza. So it calls for discernment. But at least from what we have shared, many destiny helpers will be very genuine, and you can always be able to know a genuine person. They'll be very friendly to you.
Abraham na Isaac.
Yes.
Nani alikuwa destiny partner wa nani?
Abraham and Isaac.
Hapo juu kwa mlima, mmoja anapanga anataka kupeleka mwingine, na mwingine amevumilia pale juu ya kuni. Nani alikuwa destiny partner wa nani?
Nadhani kwa sababu baba siku zote atakuwa destiny helper wa mtoto wake.
Sawa.
It can't go.
Lakini najaribu kuassume aka kajamaa kangefanya mbinu kaponyoke hapo kwa kuni kaende.
Okay. God made him to be obedient.
Yes.
Na akawa kama mwanakondoo ambaye anaenda kichinjio.
I think patience pays.
Absolutely.
And allowing God to help us go through a full course of preparation, naona pia muhimu.
Because ultimately, when it's all said and done, God is the one who aligns these destiny helpers to come our way.
Correct.
Because he's the author and finisher.
He is the manufacturer of this product.
Exactly. Yeye ndiye anajua kwa nini nimepatana na brother Saisi. Kwa nini our paths cross with Lynette.
Sure.
Kwa nini paths zetu last week ika cross na Emmanuel.
Maybe a quick one before we go. Should the person so-called life partner,
yes,
should this person be part of this team, destiny partner?
Ideally.
She or he should?
I would say ideally, because you are doing life with this partner.
Yes.
So if they are not aligned as a destiny partner, huwa ni tatizo. But we are cognizant. We have divorces. When you divorce, again, it means there is now that part where you are doing life together has to be separated. But again, there are lessons that will have been learned out of it.
Kuna watu nimeona.
So, before you say kuna watu, just to put this clearly, your life partner is your destiny partner.
By default.
By default. Kwa sababu hata muishi mpaka kifo kiwatenganishe, ama mje mkosane hapa katikati, they will largely influence the life and the person you become.
Akitoka kabla ya kifo, yeye ndio kifo sasa ama. Okay, siendi hapo. Hiyo ni debate nyingine. What I'm saying is,
yes,
I've seen people, when they were together, there was too much struggle, and then they separate.
Yes.
And now everybody bursts into...
They thrive.
Yes.
They do well.
Na nimeona watu ambao walikuwa wakifanya vizuri pamoja, wakiwachana ndio basi.
Kuna sambaratika.
Yes.
So it could go either way. It could go either way. But just like I've said, a person that you're doing life with, whether you'll do life with or her to the end, or at some point ikatike, they influence largely the life that you will live. Let's say, let me take the negative one where things are not working when you are together, and now when you're not together, everybody thrives. It means there were still destiny helpers to show you what you did not need. You get me? When you separate and all of you become horrible, it shows you what you needed. So either way, they become part of your destiny.
So patience here is the key word.
Patience and God's intervention.
God's intervention.
Yes. Because again, we've rightfully said it, time unfolds everything. And it's the same time that I'll be able to look back at the end of 2020. In fact, the other day, let me just be open. I was checking my YouTube feed and also my Facebook.
Yes.
And I saw where we started when we started the live stream.
When we had only one view, na hiyo one view mimi nilikuwa nimeona, after 2 weeks ulikuwa na challenge ya.
So looking at that journey and even how we started this live stream, forever in my life, I don't know what will happen to us tomorrow, Bwana Fred, but Word Cafe will be forever a platform that God orchestrated to be a destiny helper in VTT's brand. That will never be taken away. Because even if I'm to go tomorrow, this will remain. Anybody can go to my timeline and your timeline and see at this date, VTT sat with Fred in Word Cafe and discussed this. Itabaki. So that was pre-destiny. Before 2020, like in 2019, the way we used to meet. Did we ever discuss we will do a live stream?
No, we used to meet on maybe on the table, sima na madondo.
Yes.
Mambo kama hayo, chapati, madondo, strungi, chai hapo hapo.
So, even a bad situation like COVID created good things.
So, COVID ni destiny partner ya watu fulani.
Wengi.
Ukiwa mmoja wao?
Nikiwa mmoja wao.
You never knew you could earn from home.
How? Ulisikia wapi? But now we know.
We have to go.
This has been a sobering conversation. One more time, I want to appreciate Word Cafe, Fred, Lynn. We appreciate so very much. And our viewers, Emmanuel, Videdi, our usual partners who never miss on any live stream. We celebrate you. I give you a salute. Have a blessed week ahead. As usual, I root for you because I know you have greatness in you. I'm yours truly, VTT, Vincent the Trainer. Shalom.
Emmanuel amesema blessed by you, barikiwa sana. In fact, ukienda kulala, ambia Mungu. Saisi alisema God bless me. Where are these blessings? Kumbusha Mungu yu atakupa, atakuongelesha kwa kipole. Thanks for support from all of you who are tuned in. Should you find any comment to comment, just go ahead. We shall be grateful to learn something from you also. May God keep you, give you sound health, give you the money that you need for the day, tomorrow, today, wherever. May God connect you to people who will propel to your next destination that will lead to another destination until you finally arrive to your destination. God is always faithful. He will connect you to the right people, those who are aligned in your destiny line. Stay focused, stay tuned. It's like electricity and the bulb. As long as the bulb is connected in the electricity line, whenever there is power, this light will come on, whether it likes it or not, unless it is dead. But as long as you are alive, the Bible says in Ecclesiastes that whoever is among the living has hope. Even a live dog is better than a dead lion. So as long as you are alive, your destiny must come. Good night. God bless you.